Hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Have a seat. I missed you guys. I am just very emotional, and I'll talk about it after my intro. But this is the one about fandoms. Season 1, A Breath of Fresh Saeed, episode 6. We're going to go into the intro. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
Hey, it's a little stuffy in here. Can you open that window?
Thank you for staying through the beautiful intro. So now we're going to get down and dirty. We're going to introduce one of the most beautiful girls and then Ghalia Dabbour. We're going to start off and... First of all, I do want to say thank you for everyone and their support and listening to my podcast. I remember when I brought this up like a few months ago, and I was just like, God, I hope I actually do it because, you know, ideas usually are ideas till action is actually taken. So the fact that I was able to push through and just see everyone supporting and actually listening just really makes me very, very, very emotional. So I'm very thankful for everyone who supports me. This is episode 6, so we are halfway through the podcast because it's 10 episodes and I have some exciting news. And for people who are interested about the contest for the paintings, I will announce the top 10 in the next few days on my Instagram at Saeed Dabbour. That is at Saeed Dabbour. So please make sure you follow me. And if you don't, bye. Anyways, so before we go into this episode, I really want to, give a disclaimer. Views and opinions expressed in the podcast are our own and do not represent that of our places of work. This content should not be taken seriously and is made for entertainment purposes only. We are not medical professionals. We do not help. If you did something that we said in this podcast, I'm sorry, but it's on you, girl. Anyways, so if you guys cannot see, but both of the guests are currently voguing down the house, airplane mode. They're giving like air. I wish you guys could see, but anyway. So I'm going to introduce my two amazing guests, and then Ghalia Dabbour. So first of all, actually, let me introduce Ghalia Dabbour first because she's a given. She's X. We never want to find X. We have the number on the side on the equal. We want the equal side. We don't want the X. Ghalia is the X in this situation. Sara is the equilibrium, the perpendicular. That doesn't make no sense. I don't know math. I struggled, obviously, with the way I was talking. I definitely struggled. So, anyways, let's get into. So Ghalia Dabbour is my sister. She is biologically my sister. She came from the womb, the same womb as me. So she is my sister. She's literally my sister. She's in the flesh. She is a psychology major on the Lost Island that was also announced on episode 4. We don't care about them. You know, they don't have McDonald's, so problematic. So that's an enough introduction. I feel like we cannot just she doesn't need it. Move on next. Now we have the beautiful Sara Khalid, the illustrious, the professional, the beautiful Sara Khalid, who's an international business management major at the University of Law at the UK, London, Essex. No, it's just London. So now I'm going to give it over to my guests to introduce themselves. And I will first off give it to Ghalia to give you a proper introduction because I will never give her one. So we'll start and give it over to them.
Hello.
Hello. Go on, talk.
I am the said sister that has been recklessly mentioned in every single episode that I just cannot help but mention.
In a bad way. I don't think it's a good way.
But yes, I do live on the Lost Island that was mentioned in episode 4, and I am a psychology major. And yes, unfortunately, I am Saeed's sister. But yeah, moving on.
Are you done?
Yes.
Oh, great. Sara
Gladly.
Khalid, let's introduce this beautiful female, this goddess.
Okay, after Saeed was done ragging Ghalia for 2 hours. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Saeed was done ragging for 2 hours. Ghalia was the one who actually introduced me to you, if you don't remember. I would not have you in my life without her. She is my OG best friend.
Reem Al-Aju has entered the chat with a rage.
Reem Al-Aju is shaking!
No, Reem was always there. You know that. Reem was way before that. But yeah, I'm Sara. I live in London. I am from Sudan, and I'm studying international business management. And yeah, I used to live in Saudi. That's how I know Saeed. We were both raised in Jeddah together. Ghalia was obviously, like I said, the OG one that introduced us.
Can't say it enough, can she?
Saeed's been banging on you the whole time. I feel so bad, but I love you.
Love you.
She definitely was laughing. For people who did not see,
She
was dying. And this is my thing.
It's dynamic though, but everyone that knows Ghalia and Saeed knows that this is the dynamic.
It is literally the dynamic. Like me and her are like, when they talk about sibling rivalry, we are 100% sibling rivalry.
Are we though?
It's Tom
But
and Jerry.
we just can't get enough of each other.
Some can say we.
What
get
were you
things
saying, Sara? For some reason, your voice is like really low.
Low.
Come closer and scream, honey. Okay, I feel a bit tad uncomfortable. Could you please?
There's a lot of people here. That don't know. Yeah, sorry guys. What was I talking about? Yeah, so Ghalia, Saeed, I knew you guys from Jeddah. That's where I was raised. And what else can I say about myself? I don't know.
She's an international business management major, which we will go down in.
Yeah, I do international business, but I'm probably going to move more into digital marketing after I graduate.
Who isn't in marketing right now? If you're breathing, you're probably in marketing too.
Exactly. Like no matter what you do, like I feel like marketing is the wave right now. So
And that's where really it is at. Sorry, psychology majors, but we do need you in the world.
We all need her though. Don't lie. Like
I'll be there. I'll be there when you need help.
Girl, you.
When I need help, I'm not going to Dabbour LLC. You know.
There's no marketing major. Like this is what we need. You know.
Well, specifically in the Middle East, we definitely need some psychology majors. They are needed. We need some good professionals, some we can trust. So,
but do I have a future? I don't though.
You know, this is. So we're gonna go down now into how did we both meet? Ghalia Dabbour, you know,
I never asked for this.
She never asked for this, but she's here. We're accepting her. She's fine. But I met Sara Khalid. Sara Khalid kind of touched on it. So we met through Ghalia. And I remember when I first met Sara, I was just like, I don't know how I feel about this girl. So,
well, same, girl.
Look, why is all the people on my podcast did not like me the first time they met me? I'm like,
I actually loved you, but I was like, I know.
Loki hater.
He's gonna be moving, so I'm like, okay. But of course, I loved you the minute I met you. Like from the first day, I think we became so close. Like
what we did. When I first Ghalia used to talk to me, she's like, "Oh my God, there's this new girl. She's amazing. She's blah 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 blah." I'm like, "Okay, I'll meet her and I'll see how I feel about her." But then, first 2-3 times, I was like, "Okay, I care about this girl. I love this girl." So we became friends. We went to the same high school, and then from there, that's the bond where it started. We saw each other. We kept hanging out. Sometimes even without Ghalia being there, because Ghalia is what? Not fundamental. Look, I need to stop bullying Ghalia, but I
you
really
got
do.
a lot to say about the girl that even introduced you to this other guest right here.
Okay.
I'm not involved.
You know, she's acting. I will not. So Sara is also in the UK.
I'm not involved. You know what I'm saying? Like. So
And I absolutely, by the way, if you guys do not know, I am absolutely obsessed with the UK British accent, whatever. I've been watching.
Here for 1 month, you'll hate it. It's disgusting. It's not what you think.
It's okay. He's just a wannabe.
Look, I am. Claim me.
He wants
Claim me.
to be American, African, from the UK.
Hold up, sister. Hold up. And what are you trying to be? Oh, okay. Thought so.
Oh,
That's killed on the wall? Okay, girl. Okay. Okay, psychology major. Where are you going to take us? Where are you going to take us?
Okay.
I'm proud of where I'm from. Thank you.
What do you think is on my chest, sis?
Oh, are you talking about the thing that you just recently bought because you realized where you're from? But yeah, moving on.
That was a bit deep, but I take that, Saeed.
Sara, this is why I have issues with having my siblings on here. So we're going to move on.
It just gets personal.
It's getting personal. She is trying to be killer. I think she is just funny.
Ghalia today is on it. She's like, I'm on smoke. I don't care what you
I
think.
have been waiting for this moment
I'm
to
telling
drag
you. She's like, being recorded. What is he gonna do?
She's like, see, and the funny thing, she probably like drank 2 Red Bulls after this, and she's like,
No. No.
For people who did not see Ghalia, if you're watching the video content now, you probably saw, but she basically drank a Pepsi can. It's like, no. And
It's not
obviously-
Pepsi, honey.
what? Oh, that's like an energy drink?
Yeah, because I don't like the Red Bull here. So this actually tastes like Red Bull in the Middle East.
Oh, but me and Sara are the true OGs. We like to drink in elegance. There's
Okay, I'm trying to be
definitely
British.
7-Up in here, but it's not tea. It's definitely 7-Up, but we're not gonna talk about it. No, there's actually tea. I'm just teasing you guys. So let's get down. Because we are gonna get into the gig and talk about why did I pick them both for the episode. So this is the one about fandoms. So if you don't know what fandoms are, it's basically if you're obsessed with a celebrity, you're a part of a group of fangirls, fanboys, yada, 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 yada. So, and then you call those groups fandoms. Usually they're over on Reddit. There's a lot of like deep forums. I don't know much about it, but I know 2 people who are, kind of into big fandoms. I know Ghalia for sure because I was stuck with her forever. Sara she's a closeted fangirl.
Closeted.
But you are like compare.
You see me, but
Do not expose her. We're gonna get there. Do not expose any tea because we're gonna get there. Because you look at Sara and the music she listens. She calls herself Sara Khalid Carter, and for Lil Wayne, all this stuff. And we're about to expose her because she portrays this image.
That was not public information, Saeed. You just told everybody that you just bait me out. Okay, I see.
Look, honey, if I was with you at a police station, I'm sorry, you're out. I'm just like, take her, I did nothing. But, so Sara, you look at her, you're like, oh my God, this girl portrays something else, but then you get to know her. This girl is a catfish over her fangirling. Like she has a double-sided life. She has 2 faces for her fangirls. And then Ghalia over here, she's that fangirl that you're like, we freaking understand it. We get it. Shut up. And she's on Twitter. She still is. And when she's on Twitter, I'm like, we get it. You love Euphoria. We get it. You get it. You love Zendaya. We get it. You love Justin Bieber.
I cannot
move
say it
on.
enough.
It's like, move on. We get it. We all love them. That's pop culture, girl.
Zendaya, literally, though, but Zendaya deserves all of it. I get it.
Honestly, Zendaya, Euphoria, if you've not watched Euphoria, do something with your life.
Deserves all of it. Like,
honestly.
Top 1 actress, top 1 actress.
Literally so good. And when you watch a show and you're like, I think I don't like series. Like it takes a lot for me to enjoy a series. So Euphoria was just like, because specifically being in the States and seeing that culture, like it's just being recorded. And because it was portraying how culture and how young kids are getting so advanced and they know all this stuff. And, it brings awareness to a lot of things that I feel like the show did. And I'm very glad to see also Zendaya do it. Because, Zendaya also was in...
Queen.
She is a queen. Well, let's move on. So I picked both of them because they are crazy about the things they like. So first we'll address the unknown, the known already. The unknown we'll do it later. Sara will be like in a bit. But Ghalia, let's move on. So I remember Ghalia, her first fandom she joined, like a believer. She loved Justin Bieber so much. And you know what? I'm going to throw it over to her to give her little spiel, her little shtick. She talks about when he was born, what time, how long his tongue was, how long his blah, 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 because I had to live with it. So we'll give it over to Ghalia Dabbour. Start. Go ahead, girl. Go. Expose her. Where's my pitchfork?
Guys, unfortunately, he is not wrong. That is the problem. That is the problem here.
Expose yourself.
We're all there.
Listen, when you are young, you got nothing going on in your life.
Specifically if you're in Saudi because you can't work or do anything. Go ahead.
Yes, because because the job market is looking for an 11-year-old who is just has all the experience. But anyway, yes, I was extremely obsessed, you would say, with Justin Bieber. I had the wall and everything, floor to ceiling posters.
Do you have pictures of that wall?
I think I can pull it up.
She can pull it up. Okay, girl, we are about to expose Ghalia because we are going to have it over my references on my Instagram. Because do you know what I mean? It's not like she used to bring in the ladder to make sure it's from ceiling to floor. And she used to literally.
It was a shrine. It wasn't like a wall. It was a shrine.
And she had like newspaper. And do you know what I mean? Ghalia was not like a normal human being. She even bought a Justin Bieber figure, like a plastic doll, like a Barbie doll. Like she bought it. She bought his book. She watched Never Say Never. Books with an S, and she bought, and I remember she watched Never Say Never like it was her like everyday like soap opera with his video where he shakes his hair. And I'm telling you that when I talk about this, it looks like I'm the fan, but she watched it so much it transcended to me, my 70-year-old dad, my 30-something sister, like. I'm shocked Ghalia didn't do presentations of it on campus. Ghalia's like, this is Justin Bieber.
She did in school. Don't worry. She was doing presentations on Justin Bieber in school. Okay.
I don't remember that.
What workshop did you do, Ghalia? I'm very interested.
I was the complete opposite. I was a Bieber hater, like an intense. Remember, I was like an intense.
Yes, she assumed it was a personality trait, but whatever.
No. You're a Bieber dick, anyways.
No. She had on her Facebook. Her name was Sara Bieber hater. And remember the times where we had our Facebook names? Ghalia was like Ghalia Believer or whatever it is.
What I'm telling you, my hate was so intense, and her love was so like And I remember the first time Baby came out, and she called me like, "Oh my God, did you hear this song? Do you remember?" And I was like, "What is it?" And I play it, and I'm like, "Who's this little girl?"
That was me. I remember when I'm
like, "It's not like a girl," and she's like, "I love him." I'm like, "No, Ghalia, we don't like him." She's like, "No, I like him." I'm like, "Oh, fuck's sake."
I like him.
Like, oh yeah. After that, it was like a whole different story, obviously.
And the funny thing was,
I lost track of what we're talking about. Can you all remind me?
Ghalia's like, Ghalia is like not normal. Do you know what I mean? Ghalia is like, when she gets obsessed, she is not okay. Like she makes fun. People always attack me for being obsessed with food. Ghalia is about her. Like she even listened to all the covers Justin Bieber did, like all the unleaked songs, and memorized them like they were a pop hit.
I know most of Justin Bieber lyrics, like all of them, just because of Ghalia. Like I'm pretty sure. Like you can play any song and I'll know which one that was. Like just because, and even though I hated him. Like.
And for people who didn't know, Ghalia and Sara met in grade like 6, 7, 8, something like that. And they met, so they like really their high school memories and elementary, middle school, all that stuff is pretty much the same.
For people who actually don't know this, the topic that we are talking about today is actually how me and Sara became friends. If you remember, honey.
How did we become friends? Did we start talking about something?
You were like the new student, and I don't know what.
The new girl.
Class, and I was like, okay. don't care. But then I saw your bag. What was your bag, Sara? Tell them. Hannah Montana. So
not tonight, Hannah Montana girl. That was my girl.
please. So I look at the bag. And I'm like,
this joke.
I didn't even know. I just thought we met by coincidence.
I can imagine Ghalia showed up and she was like, "Look at this slum
I'm
from
like,
Beverly
I'm
Hills."
sorry. So you claim that you love Hannah Montana? What happened in episode 7 with Hannah and that other guy? Explain right now.
You came to the wrong girl though, because I knew.
I did.
Second 0.08 what Hannah said, what Jackson said, whatever. Like I was.
Of course, Ghalia, me being me, back then hearing her answers, I'm like, oh my god. This girl, an angel sent from heaven above.
So Sara exposed. So Sara Khalid is the biggest Hannah Montana fan. She loves Hannah Montana. And when I say she loves Hannah Montana, like she loves.
You want to talk about your posters, honey?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Posters, her bed sheets, her pillows, her bag,
Oh my God,
her shirts.
She had an outfit.
She was like, oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
Wow, oh yeah.
Dad, I don't.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna expose the story. So you know I was obsessed with Hannah Montana. Everybody knew I was obsessed with Hannah Montana. Okay, if you didn't know me, maybe in middle school you wouldn't know. But yeah, Hannah Montana was my life. Like Hannah Montana bags, Hannah Montana shoes, Hannah Montana outfits, Hannah Montana bed sheets, like they said. I had a Hannah Montana toothbrush. Like, what do you need a Hannah Montana? I don't like. Anyways, even Reem got me a Hannah Montana carpet. Like,
the towel. Please, the towel.
The towel.
The
I had a
towel.
towel. Anything you can imagine that you could put a Hannah face on. Like, I had one of those. You know what I mean? So one time I was here in London and I went to the Disney store and I found like a replica of the Hannah outfit, the same exact one she wore. Girl.
You know Sara had to buy that.
She was living her Hannah Montana dream.
I obviously cut that, moved on, and then I found this suitcase matching.
Yes.
Top that. Next. Moved on. I found, like, I went into Build-A-Bear and I saw that they had the same outfit that I had got for
on a bear. Oh!
Sara had to get that.
The bear sang "Best of Both Worlds." On the bear's birth certificate, it was Hannah Bear Tana. Hannah Bear Tana.
Oh, Hannah Bear Tana.
Girl.
That's a thing.
She's still here, but she's still with us, but she's in Saudi right now.
She's still with us. She's alive.
We don't sing no more though, but she's still there.
She's down the weather. I love her concerts. Usually we put it down in the pool.
Okay, you know, the whole Liam thing. But anyways. But anyways, so I decide, right? I'm about to wear that whole outfit and take the suitcase to the airport. Can you imagine? To the airport. I was walking down Heathrow Airport in a phone.
She's at an economy class with her outfit. She's acting like she's looking at her.
You know, I will never forgive my mom. Like, how did she just, like, look at me and be like, yeah, girl, go out. Like, what? What was she thinking? Like,
we love a supportive mother.
Yeah, honestly, we love
her mom was just like, yes, Sara.
Literally, my mom was taking pictures. I was like, oh no, that was not the time, honestly. But yeah, honestly, didn't think I would be telling this story to everybody in public.
She's exposed now, and if you want to find her, her address is.
If you want to send me Hannah stuff, I don't mind.
Look, she does accept fan mail. And do you know what I mean? Sara is like, she is obsessed with it. The thing is, when she obsesses, she stays quiet about it. But like, the only thing I've seen her like be very vocal about was
No, I'm the type of person, I don't like to talk unless I've been asked. You get me? So unless you ask me about the fandom, and then I will like go off. But
clearly, I did not know about this option back then.
Ghalia was just like, let the whole world know. Ghalia was like,
I love Justin Bieber.
Ghalia was like throwing sprinkles.
Are you joking? Do you see, like, I don't know how you guys think I'm not open about my fandomism when, like, it's literally everywhere. Like,
Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana, though, everybody knew, though. Like, my school,
Yeah.
Hannah Montana, my
They
racers,
knew.
Hannah Montana. You know, I would be there singing. You remember I made a cheer group in school that made them do Hannah dances? Like, everyone in school knew. Do you remember that, Ghalia? I do remember. Like, bro, everybody knew. Like, it was out there.
So you're telling me you went out of your way, like at that point, you did a whole cheer to sing Hannah Montana.
Ghalia, you were there, remember? With me and like Rawan and Miriam and all the girls.
Yes,
And you were the coordinator. You wouldn't want to do any of the dances, I remember. She was like, I'll just do cheer.
I'm still the same. That's the thing.
Wait. What was that song? Tap your toe, Hannah and the
Hold down, throw down.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I knew the whole...
No. The one I remembered is that we're doing the bone dance. We in
Studying answers.
Should we ask Sara to do us a live exclusive performance? Just do that. I'm just joking. Sara was like, So, how about I ask you guys this question? And I'll first start off with Sara. So when did you first realize you were in a fandom or this is getting serious? Like about who was the first celebrity and when did you realize it was like crazy? It was getting like too deep. Like this is not normal.
Obviously, Hannah Montana. That was my first like deep, fandom. And obviously I had Ghalia and she was like a fangirl. So she would encourage my little fangirl, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely Hannah Montana was the ultimate like.
Yeah. So you're saying basically you loved Hannah Montana. That was your first celebrity. Yeah, was there 100%. A second one that you went intense other than Hannah Montana? You bought a full outfit.
One Direction, obviously. Like me and Ghalia, we were like.
You liked One Direction? I thought you hated them.
No, it was like her guilty pleasure.
Do you remember my room? Do you people remember that wall I had in my room with the whole One Direction shrine? Like, Saeed, you don't remember that?
How come?
Come on. Listen,
See, this is my thing. I feel like I'm a fangirl, but I'm not very like I want it on my wall, I want it on my bed sheets, I want it on my pillow, I want it on my laptop. Yeah. I'm trying to think right now what things I was extremely overly like fangirl about. I think the first ever since I was a kid, like I think it was Shakira. Like I loved.
Okay.
Same. Me and my sister bought Shakira outfits. Like,
she did the whenever.
The whole thing, girl. Wherever.
Look, I absolutely loved Shakira, and then it moved kind of to Beyonce, but then Beyonce's like till this day is still kind of a fandom. Like Homecoming, please.
She's just queen. She's just iconic.
She is literally a queen. And
everybody's a fan. Everybody's in the fandom. I don't think anybody's not in.
But the two crazy ones I think was absolutely crazy was Lady Gaga and Lana Del Rey. Like those fandoms were not normal.
I will get into that.
Those days,
honey.
Like no, like Lady Gaga. I would like specifically. I was a fangirl during her Born This Way phase. So
Fame Monster, not Born This Way.
No.
That was before. Fame Monster is before.
I know, but I'm saying Born This Way is when I realized it was that intense. When she had a special edition pack on Farmville, and I had to.
No, I did not know this.
So I had to go on Farmville on Facebook, and if you don't know what Farmville is on Facebook, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, actually, it's not sorry.
Your childhood?
I was just about to say,
where's your childhood? But also, congratulations, you didn't eat that in your life. But Farmville was it. It was Facebook games were it Pet Society. Oh my God, we should talk about him. But let me tell you, when I loved, so I went on the show and they had like these ponies that were dressed like Lady Gaga's like unicorns, and I had them in the farm. I fed them every day. Like I absolutely was obsessed. I even watched. What did she do? I used to watch every live performance. I used to watch them like a fan taped and then TV taped. Like I would look at every point of view. I watched, and till this day, well, obviously ever since the Joanne era, I love you, Gaga, but like Joanne
What did
kind
you
of,
do?
what did you do, girl? But Chromatica, thanks. That's what I wanted. But my favorite album from Lady Gaga, personally, is Art Pop. And if you have a problem with that, I'm sorry. Even though I do love Born This Way and Fame Monster, like those are like OGs, but Art Pop has just such a meaning to me because it's such a versatile album. Like you can go EDM, you can go rap, you can go to sad songs, you can go to uplifting songs, and there's Applause, which, you know, who doesn't listen to Applause? But I love Lady Gaga, and Lana Del Rey was not okay. Let me tell you, I was a single boy with no friends, but I still felt like I was in a relationship. I was crying in my living room listening to Blue Jeans, and I was like thinking I was in the pool or something, like looking at my significant other. I was just like, what is going on? Like, I was obsessed with Lana Del Rey, and then I got this girl over here on the trend, and then next thing you know, this girl down here was on the trend, and then everyone likes Lana Del Rey, and I was like, I was here before!
I was here first! Even when Summertime Sadness like blew up, remember everybody started listening to Lana, and it became a whole like aesthetic that you listen to Lana.
Yeah, it's not an aesthetic, girl. Stop. If you listen to Lana, you gotta listen to all of Lana.
Yeah, and they just make it like such a, you know, but yeah.
And Ghalia, I remember Ghalia became an extreme fan of Lana Del Rey. Till this day, and I remember sitting in her room, and I was like, Ghalia, you need to watch this.
Oh, now. I want to tell this story.
Go ahead, girl.
Of course, backtrack to him exposing me for Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber, on this random unknown day, released the Beauty and the Beat video. And of course, Ghalia was losing it. And
Nikki? Pull up in a monster automobile gangster with a bag that came from Sri Lanka. Yeah, man, a Tonga color of Willy Wonka. You can be the king, but watch the King Kong. If you guys want the original verse, watch the episode about music. I spit some bars.
Yes.
Just a race with China. Real bad Trini. When she mixed with China. Real thick. Smuggle bricks to China. I tell all my...
What's this automatic?
Bust it out. Make your goofy down. I'm gonna do splits on it. Okay. Let's calm it down.
Keep it PG. No,
keep it PG. But Nikki, we're stans. We love all Nikki fans in the house, his house.
You're all barbs. That's why we look good.
Cardi B, Allah Mike. Cardi B, bye.
If you're not a barb, no wonder, girl. No wonder. Your skin.
Anyway, back to this story.
Beauty and the Beat.
Same day, Lana released her Ride video. So meanwhile, me in my room rewatching the Beauty and the Beat video, Saeed in his room watching the Ride video, and him coming to my room and literally begging me, like his laptop is with him and everything, please, Ghalia, I beg you, watch this video. And I'm like, no, I'll watch it only if you watch Beauty and a Beat. And he's like, fine.
Beauty and the Beat compared to Ride. That's what's killing me. Like,
yes, please. So he watches it. Obviously, he doesn't care what I'm showing him. Moving on from that, he shows me Ride, and I'm like, wow. Where has this been? And since then, I mean.
Well, even though what Lana said was kind of, so Lana's kind of, she had a cancel phase. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry.
Not for me. I don't care what anyone says.
Girl, you're a part of the problem. Hey, don't be on the wrong side. So
which scandal are we talking about?
Look, I love Lana Del Rey, but do you know when celebrities were just better off just not tweeting or saying anything? They were better off just don't do anything. Just stay home.
I liked her when she was in her cave, you know, looking pretty in the videos.
And releasing music every 1 year, like once a year. That was what we not want. Do not talk. We don't want your opinions. We did not ask Sandy. Keep them to yourself. So
it's not even about that. She can express her opinion, but keep other people's names out your mouth.
Yeah, I love how she said every person of color. Every
That's
person
my
of color.
only, that was
Nicki
my,
Minaj,
that was my only
Beyonce.
issue with everything she said, because everything else she said, that's typical Lana talk. You know, she's always talking about, oh, I'm so fragile, you know, like even in her music, like, you know, that's just her. But just don't put other people's names in your mouth and compare for no reason. Like, why do they get to talk about stripping and all that? And she's talking about her music like it's so fragile and delicate, but it's about the same
Glamorizing
stuff, you know?
like abuse and stuff.
I do agree with that though. Like she could have made her point without breaking up.
That's what I mean, you know, like just I literally don't mind everything else. It's just that paragraph is what got her in trouble. The first paragraph when she
I mean,
called
as
out
like
Nicki
a very
and Beyonce,
famous...
like how can you even type Nicki and Beyonce post? Oh, girl, think twice.
As a celebrity and artist, she should have known that she was gonna get this
That's what
reaction.
I mean. Like it was a very reckless thing to do. Like where was her team? Where was her people? Like this is very
it was not.
And the fact that she didn't just post it like, you know, in the description, she posted her notes. Like it's something that has been bothering her.
And then she was commenting and replying, and I'm like, girl,
I'm just like, girl, shut up. She did address it. She apologized, but also,
I know.
But also for me, yes, you apologize, but what you said is what you said. You meant what you said, and you said it. It's not that it's not your apology. You apologize because you were attacked. You weren't apologizing because you felt you did something wrong. That's what I think. It's like, I don't know. It's like, I see where she's coming from. You know, I feel like that's with everyone that's getting canceled. I see it, but also, do I agree with it? Absolutely not. But then also, I'm just like, you couldn't say any other artist that was not a person of color. She picked every person of color.
And I'm sorry, but like their music, it's not really like Lana's music. You can't really compare. Like, okay, some of them you can, but More Time, no, I don't feel like, you know, they're in the same league as her. So I don't understand why she's, just because they sing about the same stuff, but all music sings about love, you know, all music sings about that stuff doesn't make sense. Do you get what I mean? It was just a bad thing for her to say, but we're not canceling. Girl, that new album was fire.
Honestly, California.
That is my song.
Cinnamon Girl.
Cinnamon Girl's good, but California, I just like, I don't smoke, so do not smoke. Also, I'm not endorsing it. But anyways, I feel like I'm on a boat and I'm like smoking a cigarette. I'm just like, oh, where's my life? Where's my bitch?
Good vibes.
It's a whole mood. Her music makes you feel like you're living a life you don't have, and I live for that. That's what I need. I want a gateway. So, anyways, I'll continue, Ghalia. So I showed you a ride. You were obsessed till this day. So Ghalia was obsessed with Lana Del Rey, and then she was obsessed with Justin Bieber, and then 5 Seconds of Summer. Oh, that was like the lamest one. Like it was not even good to watch.
Honey.
That was just like, I feel like that was just because she didn't have any other fans.
Yeah, because Justin Bieber was doing his hiatus, whatever.
You would think that, but their album is like downloaded right here. I mean, it's not a phase.
We didn't ask, sister. Anyways, then
are they still together? What are they doing? Where are they now? Where are they
now?
Actually, stealing One Direction fans. That's what they're doing. But anyway,
stealing One Direction. They're still together.
One Direction?
No, 5 Seconds of Summer.
Yes, they released an album.
Oh, really?
Oh, this is a new one. I thought you were listening to the old. No, they released a new album.
Yeah, we still irrelevant. We don't care.
It's like 500 Seconds of Summer.
500 Seconds of Summer.
It was good for 5 seconds, like.
but yeah.
Honestly, a roast. You were good for 5 seconds. Let the 5 seconds go, honey.
Song, the American Eagle song, right? That was nice.
Oh, she looks so perfect.
You look so perfect in your underwear in my American Apparel.
American Apparel.
American Eagle.
That's how you know we both are not fans. We're not stans.
But yes.
Sorry.
Moving on.
Moving on, and then I feel like I'm missing one more.
You are actually. I mean, besides One Direction, I mean that's obviously like a given considering I love Justin Bieber.
Yeah. And then wait.
There's Gaga.
there's Gaga. Ghalia was crazy about Gaga, but Ghalia also had a phase about Halsey where she was. I'm like, girl.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Like no one wants to talk about that. Halsey.
Fountain Water Kingdom.
Hopeless Fountain Kingdom. Hopeless Fountain Kingdom. Sara.
Hopeless Fountain Kingdom. This girl, she went on Pinterest. She's like, she's like,
connect the dots.
Fire. She's like, Hopeless Fountain Kingdom. What does it mean? You never know. You know, it's a mystery. Like,
keep finding out. And here we
Yeah.
are.
I had my phase with her in her early stage, but after that it was like.
So, question, Sara, what is the tea? I think you were talking about this last time I was talking to you. Halsey is half black.
Yeah, she is.
She was actually helping with the Black Lives Matter protests. She was like helping people and like.
No, but she is half black as well. Like her dad is black.
Yeah.
But I think he's just like light skin or like Creole. So
yeah.
He always says that even her, she doesn't see that she looks black. She knows that she's white passing, and that's why she doesn't claim to be black. Which I think is the best thing that came out of her mouth ever since she even started this career. Like that was amazing of her, honestly. I think she's a okay person. Man.
Yeah, she's okay. Just her music and the way she talks, I'm just not interested in her yelling. Like TikTok makes fun of her. Like that's how bad this is.
I can't.
So Ghalia had like a Halsey phase, but now it's dead, it's gone. But what else? Ghalia like listened to something, and I think she used to like do and I think most of our fandoms right now we're talking about is like artists. Hannah Montana's kind of film, but we should move into like shows. Ghalia and Sara. So Sara, Ghalia liked Vampire Diaries, which is so problematic to me. Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl. No, number one show. Honestly, Gossip Girl is one of the best shows to be ever created.
Look, listen to me. Hear me out.
Don't.
I love Gossip Girl. I will watch it to this day and just praise Chuck Bass, please.
Exactly.
Okay.
There you go.
But I really do think when I watched it in like high school, it fit my level of maturity. But like now, if you were to tell someone like our age to watch it, they'll be like, okay, what the hell are we watching? What is this?
I don't know why you're trying to disrespect some
So
I still love Gossip Girl.
Well,
I still watch it.
It's kind of like White Chicks. I was like the biggest fan of White Chicks, but now I watch it back and I'm like, I thought this was funny.
Today, Gossip Girl and White Chicks. Y'all are talking crazy. This is funny.
No,
what do you mean?
No, I watched it back and I was just like, this was funny, but I'm laughing because of the memories. But also, I'm laughing. I'm like, I don't know if this came out now. I don't know if I'd be laughing.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't be comparing. But also, you can't compare things like that came out back then to things that come out now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
you are right. I do agree with that.
Like it's funny in its own way, the way
in
that
its
it
generation.
Was back then, you know, in its generation, it was funny.
Because making my way downtown, walking fast, waking head down. Oh my God, I love the car ride. Anyways, so there was that, and then so this is something I actually never got into, and I will never understand. I tried to do one episode, passed away, like slept. I couldn't do it. I passed out, not passed away. Sorry. Oh my God. God forbid. I was just like, wait, what did I just say? Game of Thrones. I've never watched actual Game of Thrones, but they both are like the biggest fans. But
I mean,
I would rather not. I'd rather not.
I would actually. This is a topic that I.
But do not spoil for the viewers and for myself.
No. I won't. Do it.
Just stop watching. If you're still watching, stop watching.
No. Hold up. Before you just say things without thinking, Sara. Moving on. Game of Thrones is an amazing show. I memorize every single season, every single episode. Tell me anything that happens, I will name that episode.
Jon Snow, Khaleesi. That's all I know.
Jon Snow, Khaleesi.
Wow, you are so educated.
Or something.
Give me my degree.
I would honestly, willingly rewatch this show right now without watching the last season, to be honest. The last season was just a disappointment. They went
Agreed.
with the obvious path.
And I don't like.
You are a show.
I hate when it's predicted.
You are a show
Not even,
that is
not even the
known.
obvious path. Like,
You are a show that is known to like
Plot
plot
twists.
twist everything and be so amazing and like mind blowing. The fact that you went in a direction where everyone just by then knew what was going to happen is so disappointing. There are so many things that were left out that did not make sense. You gave one of the best characters horrible endings. I mean,
Ooh, that sucks.
told you I don't want to talk about this. I'm gonna start crying. Like, don't
but
know,
yes,
like-
I would still watch this show willingly. Do not care.
it was really good, like she said, up until the last season. The last season is because the writers, like, I think
Because they didn't finish. They didn't finish the last book, so they had to brainstorm.
exactly,
because
because the writers brainstormed. They didn't follow what the actual author was doing, and the author was the one who had the vision. So they just made their own vision that made no sense whatsoever. Ruined the whole show in 6 episodes. Like, literally, they destroyed.
We're not
it.
gonna talk about Jon Snow's ending.
I just
Ghalia, do
like,
not.
I'll start
I
crying.
don't want to know that when I'm watching season 1.
Okay, don't. We're gonna spoil it. But,
No, my viewers will get offended.
yeah, we're not saying anything. We're done.
I
we're
said
done.
Jon Snow's ending. There are a million
This is
characters with
ending.
endings.
See, I didn't know that.
What?
Okay, you didn't know characters have endings? What did you
When the
think
show
about?
ends, what did you think?
Look, Desperate Housewives. Oh, that's a lot of endings. Actually,
Oh,
let's not talk about that. Desperate Housewives is like my tea. Me and Ghalia are actually big fangirls. I don't know, Sara, are you?
Of course, it was my mom's show. Like, my mom used to watch it all the
We
time.
love Sara's mom!
I wasn't allowed, but I was still like, speaking and just like.
Yet another show
was
I
that
memorized. I don't know.
It was that show, yeah.
You'd think
Still
they
good
pay
to
me to
this day.
memorize.
I think
What
you
show?
can watch Desperate Housewives anytime.
Ghalia, what show were you talking about?
Desperate Housewives.
And okay, Desperate Housewives. So Desperate Housewives, and then what else was like a big? I remember American Horror Story when it was good.
It's still good. Everyone watching, it's still good. Just don't watch season 4 or the last season. Cut that out.
Well, yeah, I season 4 existing. Like, I just think that show, like that season was just like, what was going on? Season 1, season 2, season 3, amazing. Season 5, Lady Gaga, we love gags.
Oh yeah, it is season 5 with Lady Gaga. Season 6 was.
And then after that, it's who cares? Period.
Hold up! You are ignoring the beautiful seasons that come after that.
Sara, we need to cut her off right here. So, guys, are you currently in a fandom?
Honey, Sara wishes she could watch it, but this girl gets too scared.
She does.
I can tell you for a reason, Ghalia. Like, you didn't need to say.
Look, it's an expose session. Sara does not watch scary movies.
Scared. I'm a normal human. Why do you want to get terrified for fun? What's wrong with you?
Adrenaline!
The shit out of myself for fun? Am I okay? Like,
I'm a tiny human. Please do not attack me. I don't like to watch, Soul. Soul 2.
No, I can't deal with scary shit. Ever since I was young, like even Ghalia knows, I can't watch.
Yeah,
I have
that
never
is
watched a horror
true.
film in my life. Like, I've only watched one horror film when I was 4, and I remember every scene. I've never again watched
The trauma is still there.
The trauma is real. I'm telling you, I cannot do.
Well, not me and Sara, me and Ghalia, I think our first horror film was Insidious. And we were like,
No, mine was The Grudge. But then later on, fast forward, there was Insidious. Amazing.
Love Insidious. Sara should watch Insidious. Should we?
She would die. She would die.
I can't even watch the trailer. I literally cannot even watch the trailer. It's like, nah. Look at that.
Well, if you watch season 5 of American Horror Story is not scary. It's more shock value. So
I'm good.
Okay.
I've been trying. She's just not.
She's been trying literally ever since the show came out to come, and I actually would watch it, like she said, but I'm actually just too scared. Like, that's the only reason.
Even though it's not scary, it's more on the disturbing side.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
anything.
worries me. But that I don't like disturbing. You know what I mean? Like I feel like
Yeah.
scary with monsters, I won't get scared. Like but scary with
It's
like
more disturbing. Like I get
fucked
her
up.
point.
Like that's not okay.
Yeah.
So, are you guys still in a fandom right now? Spill.
Of course.
Define fandom.
Ghalia, just spill. Spill, sister, answer the question. Do not ask questions. Answer.
I mean, there's still Gaga, Lana. I love Travis Scott
Oh,
with
same.
all my heart.
Look, I
Oh,
love
wow.
Travis Scott, but like, I loved him when he wasn't mainstream. How about that? Now I feel like it's
I
a
get
trend.
your point. I get your point, but this guy, his songs, they're just a whole other
Look,
world.
Astro
for me.
Thunder-
Although his new music is not really it. Like I
I don't really consider what he has been releasing his new music, so we're
Yeah,
not gonna talk about
honestly.
that.
Exactly.
Same here.
If you're talking about old Travis Scott legends, like I was obsessed
Okay,
as well. But
Maria,
recently,
I'm
like,
drunk. Maria, I'm drunk is like one of my favorite songs.
It's a good song.
Best songs, one of the best songs.
And then also, I this is from Astroworld, and I know a lot of people loved Astroworld, and a lot of people didn't. OG fans thought Astroworld was very commercial, which is I see the point.
Yeah.
But
Astro was very party, very
Yeah,
like
but Astro
but, like,
Thunder,
Hyped up.
the song
Yeah.
Astro Thunder is like,
Fire.
I love it. It's just so like.
There's some really good songs on that. Like
Yeah.
honestly, I love Yosemite as well with Gunna. That's one of my.
I love Can't Say.
I love
I
Can't
love
Say,
Can't Say as
Houston
well.
Fornication. Do you know the song
Yeah.
I just despise? Yo Smite. I cannot listen to it.
Yo,
That's the one I
Smite!
was talking about. Yosemite.
Yo, Smite, guys!
I despise Yosemite. Saeed, where'd you live?
Not in the United States. I don't know what you're talking
I'm
about.
in the UK, hon. I'm in the UK.
I'm in the UK. So
I
there's.
love that song. You don't like it. That's
I
like
just.
one of my favorites.
Hannah,
A lot of
mommy,
people
Hannah,
like it.
mommy.
Did
So
you see the
weird.
video? Did you watch the video?
The
The video is
plane.
so cool.
No.
Yeah, the actual video is really cool. No? Okay.
I was not into it.
You're not
but-
impressed.
So I'm still in two fandoms, I think, or three. You can put I love Frank Ocean. Like I follow all the fandom accounts. Frank Ocean is like, he takes my breath away, like really does. His music, A+. Tyler, the Creator, I love his new stuff. Like his new stuff is what I'm here for. But I know a lot of Tyler Creator's fans are like, either they love him or they don't, but I think he's amazing.
I do think he's creative.
Okay, see, this is why people who don't listen to music shouldn't be listening to music. Anyways, moving on. Lady Gaga, Lana Del Rey, I will always like listen to her music. Like I'm such a big fan. Like I have 4 like people that I have to see live. So Lana Del Rey, check. Lady Gaga, check. Even though it was Joanne, she didn't sing anything from Art Pop except applause. I was very disappointed, but I loved it. Anyways, I need to see Frank Ocean live. I was supposed to at Coachella, and then COVID was like, no. And then
Try again next year, hon.
try again. Connection. Try.
Reconnecting.
So reconnecting. So no. And then who am I still like? I'm okay. A lot of people will go. A lot of people be scared here to say this, but and I'll name them. But Dua Lipa, I've been obsessed. Ghalia hates her. We get it. Sara's like, she's white. She's from the UK, though.
Not even. Like it's just her music is like very average. No. It's just average.
tea. I'm not gonna talk about that.
There's nothing like.
Ghalia, if you listen to Lady Gaga,
like,
you'd listen.
Yeah, but if you play a Dua Lipa song, I wouldn't know if it was a Dua Lipa song or a Halsey song or a BB Rexa or a I don't know who else.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but I think I just love her music.
Yes.
Dua Lipa. I still want to see
She's
Beyonce
gorgeous,
live. Beyonce.
Rihanna.
But Rihanna is just, she's.
I think she's not doing music anymore. It's just said that.
This girl's like, I'm still making money off my makeup and lingerie set on YouTube.
Almost
So
a billionaire. She's gonna become a billionaire soon.
But look-
Honestly, I think when it comes to Rihanna, It's like a given.
Anti, the
you
best
cannot love
Rihanna
her.
album. And let's talk. The best album.
Sara has thoughts.
I'm trying to think which. Like,
She had A Good Girl Gone Mad, and then she had RX.
Talk that talk.
Talk That Talk. I love that song though. The actual song.
that Talk era was one of the best, I think.
Anti was the best, and then there was Loud.
And,
Loud was
but Auntie
the
was
most
like
successful,
this year.
I
That's what
think.
I'm thinking. Auntie is, I think, one of the best as well. Like that was like wow. For
The
Rihanna,
only
like,
girl in
released
the
it.
world.
Yeah.
I should not sing ever again. My mic is gone. My mic is. I just turned off my mic for people who are not watching the video, but yeah, I think those are our fandoms. Currently, me shows. RuPaul, we love RuPaul. RuPaul RPD,
Obviously.
RPD. I love.
Look over there.
Look over there. Ghalia, do you know what we're talking about?
I keep up.
She does not. This girl's Ghalia is literally me in every math class.
No,
yeah, I keep up.
Look.
Don't be shy. Put some more.
This is a real question.
I'm keeping up.
Go on then. Show us to keep it up.
So there. So basically, the show I'm like the most fandom is that I'm in a fandom and for. So, question: what benefits did you guys think you got out of being in a fandom? And we'll start off with Ghalia. Ghalia seems like she has the answer. Sara's like,
Only benefit I got was don't be a fucking loser, yeah. But moving on.
Exposed!
But see,
Sara?
I would say like just like meeting tons of people, you know, like friends. And like I feel like all my friends, especially in middle school, the main thing we bonded about was like being in the same fandoms. You know what I mean? Like literally, me, Ghalia,
Example.
all of us, literally all of us. Like that's how we were all like. That's all we would do, you know, sit around and listen to the songs and the practice, and you know. So that was like the major thing, and like I would say like even a fandom. But what else can you say? You're a nerd as well. You get picked on sometimes.
I mean, if you think about it, till this day, like you do meet people like when you ask like, oh, what music do you like? What shows do you watch?
Exactly. Like, even till this day on Twitter, like that's how you get your music.
Yes.
Fandoms. You know what I mean? Like
no, like for me, by the way, that's like my conversation starter. When I meet someone, I'm like, okay, this person looks cool. I want to be friends with them. How can I connect with them? I'm like, so what music are you listening to?
Exactly.
My goodbye is when you say you listen to like Chainsmokers, you're out of the equation. You're X'd out. You know what I mean? You are X'd out. Like that is, I'm like, thanks, next. So,
and bolder with the shoulder, hold me closer.
Chocobar song, please.
The Chocobar song, literally.
And for people who don't know, Chocobar is basically a cafe in Saudi Arabia. And for people who don't know, it's the OG hangout spot till everyone destroyed it and ruined it. And now it's gone.
If you lived in Jeddah,
I'll pull out my loyalty card, honey. I'll pull it out.
Same. I still got it. Like, girl,
you know what I have? My money. It's my loyalty card. Yeah, I think a benefit from fandoms is like it's the best way to connect to people, but at the same time, it allows you to connect to new people too. Like I always feel like when you follow new shows and you don't have anyone around you that watches the show, listens to music or whatever you're fangirling over, I feel like you can talk to someone and meet new people through that. And that's what I really enjoyed. That's how I connected in the virtual world. Like I remember when I was a big fan, I forgot about this. FK Twigs. Remember when I had my FK Twigs?
Yeah, I remember.
Do you know what I mean? I loved FK Twigs. And also a lot of people sleep on him and sometimes they don't, but ASAP Rocky is like the love of my life.
Oh.
His music.
Legend.
And he's a handsome man. So
pretty flacco.
So he's the one. He's the one. So I love his last album. I know a lot of people had issues with it. Testing is the album for me. I loved it.
Testing was really good. I don't
Yeah.
know anybody that like.
It's just like once I like these albums, I feel like, you know, they're still like, I praise the Lord and then no more I came, I saw. But please keep Rick Ross off of every song. I just don't like Rick Ross.
Did you hear about that? Like, he's like a sex offender or something. Like, he has
What?
like a.
He's canceled.
Yeah.
You heard it here.
He has a song. In his song, he literally says, "I gave her a pill, like, and she passed out," and then like, you know,
Oh
I mean,
no!
literally.
No!
Yeah, like someone was telling me about it. I don't know what it was, but yeah, if you can find it, like it's still there, you know, the song and everything.
Yeah. How about we?
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
We do not condone
He's
anything.
eating more than pears and shit.
Okay, what we just talked about, please do not, we don't condone it. Please stop listening to Rick Ross.
Rick Ross
Immediately step to the stage.
It's that canceled, honey. You canceled.
Like, honestly, he's canceled at this point. You heard it here. He's canceled. So next thing. So quarantine's going on. We're all sad. We're all home. So how have you guys been dealing with your quarantine? Like what mechanisms have you guys been doing?
Well, surprisingly enough, I started working out.
Oh.
Girl?
I know.
Oh.
In the gym, just working on my fitness, see my witness. Woo! I get them boys on rock, and you be.
I know, girl. I was shook as well, but like, of course, Rafal, like, our mutual friend, she's like motivating.
She's gonna be on season 2, so watch out.
Yeah, you guys are gonna love her. Shout out to my girl.
Literally a beautiful creature.
Amazing human. One of also my best friends since 6th grade, same school as all of us.
Same here.
Why are we talking about her?
So let's talk about the real question. So you've been working out.
Yeah,
okay, you're the one that matters. Ghalia will not ask you. So moving next. What have you been doing, Ghalia?
No, please, I don't matter.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
No, please, I care.
No, well, a lot of people don't know this, actually.
A lot of people will be scared here.
And I'll name them. Anyway, it hit us actually earlier than other countries. So we were on lockdown earlier than others. But it wasn't that hard for me since I live in the same building as my best friend. So I had my fun. Also,
nice.
A lot of people don't know this, but we finished with quarantine earlier than other countries. So
Must be nice.
Yeah, they free now.
We're still stuck, honey. People are still talking about freedom. I'm like, I don't want freedom if I'm gonna be dying.
Isn't it? Like, come on.
And you were dragging the Lost Island.
Honestly, yeah, it's the Lost Island because no one's on it. That's why it was easy to get rid of. So anyways, moving on. I'm so mean. Anyways, so what music have you guys been listening to recently other than Ghalia? What about you, Sara?
I can't. Ghalia, I would leave this meeting.
I've been trying.
I'm joking. What have I been listening to? I've actually been listening to a lot of like Sudanese artists just because they've been releasing a lot of like hip hop, R&B, trap,
Afrobeat.
Yeah, Afrobeat.
I go to Afrobeat concerts. I love Afrobeat.
Okay, honey.
You're like, I play Dabbadoo, Divda, Dove. Dabbadoo.
Yeah, I've been like just listening basically to like.
Also, Afrobeat music is like one of my personal favorites. I love Joro.
Same.
I love Mr. Romantic. I love
yes,
I love Fall Control. The typical like I listen to Afrobeat.
I listen to Afrobeat, by the way.
It's your boy Easy.
You should start listening to some of these Sudanese artists. They're actually doing really good music, like really good stuff.
And they don't have to be mainstream. My friends, a lot of my specifically Sudanese friends, they listen to a lot of music, and Ghanaian friends. Nigerians, we'll put them on the side. My Nigerian friends see, this is the thing about my Nigerian friends. They always wanted to talk about how Nigeria is the best country. And I'm like, we get it, but look, Africa has millions of good countries, so it's not the superior. But it's so funny to see them talk about who has the best jollof. The best jollof is, you heard it here, and people are going to attack me. And this is for you, Ashley. Liberian jollof is the best jollof, and that's it. Period. Point. Done.
Say what he said. Say what he said.
Sara's like, yeah, I've never even had it. Yeah.
Did he stutter?
Did he stutter? Well, Liberian jollof is my favorite personally. No, Liberian, yeah. Nigerian, she's cute. Ghanaian, see, this is my thing about Jasmine rice. She's a little clumpy. She's a little mashed potato-y. Cook it right.
Jollof is really good if it's made right, like you said. Like, if it's made properly, it's bomb. But...
Cameroonian jollof, she'll do. She's cute. I think I need to have it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
I'll have her, but my favorites, like, Ashley does the best Liberian jollof. Nigerian jollof is really good. All jokes aside, by the way. All jollofs are good, but best is Liberian personally. What's yours, Sara? Ghalia hasn't had it, so she's uncultured.
I would say Ghanaian, honestly, but I don't know, because I've had really good Ghanaian jollof. I don't know about you. I
had a lot of Ghanaian jollofs, but it's a hit or miss who cooks it for me.
That's what I'm saying, yeah, probably. But,
yeah, so we need to, how about we move on doing this? Don't make decisions based on who cooked it. You need to have it multiple times to know the taste. But Nigerian jollof is basically curry. Girl, they put so much curry in Nigerian jollof. So, but they cook the best chicken. Ghalia's just like, should I leave the chat? Ghalia doesn't know anything. Ghalia, please culture yourself.
I actually have Nigerian friends here.
And you have not had Nigerian jollof? Go get.
We're not like, wow, besties. Yani, what am I gonna do?
Are you racist? But you should. Ghalia, Ghalia would like it because Ghalia likes rice. She doesn't like cheese. And African food hardly has any cheese. So it's almost like Arab food, but spicier, which I love.
I have no problem trying it. Like, I'm not like gonna get all picky on it. I mean, I just never had the
chance. Ghalia is the pickiest eater. Just when we eat okra stew, she removes the okra, and I just don't get it.
So what you eating?
She eats the beef and the syrup. The stew.
I actually overcame that, but you wouldn't know.
She glowed up. She said, "We changed." You don't know.
We changed. Injera is bomb, or zigni, whatever you guys call it, because injera is like.
Shout out to Zahra.
Zahra is the best.
Zahra OG, the queen, honestly.
Literally the queen, and so best injera I've had. I love how I'm talking about food when I ask, like, what's the mechanism? Food is my mechanism.
Clearly, that's the mechanism.
So let's move on. Ghalia, what's your mechanism? I'm just teasing you.
I thought we already covered this.
Wait, what is? No, oh, yeah, you said you're over quarantine. I forgot. Look at me, off topic. We love that. So we are almost wrapping it up. I'm like so sad. Like, I love these. Like, I love Sara Khalid. Ghalia, she can go.
I love you, baby. Oh. Again, just one last one, before, like, he shuts off. He's like,
he's not done. He's not done.
Buddy, if I could do the roast of Ghalia Dabbour, I would make millions. I'd be like,
watch that be the final episode of season 2.
What? I swear, the one about Ghalia.
The one about Ghalia.
The one about who?
Who? The one about that girl that lived with me for a couple of years.
No, the one about Ghalia, and I get every Ghalia's ex-friends and have them all in a group chat.
In a group meeting.
We start like ripping her apart.
Honestly, no offense, but I would watch that.
Sara's like, can I be one of the guests?
I'll just slightly be on there with my camera off.
I would like to remain anonymous, please.
No. We'll do like the silhouette, the all black, and then like her voice is auto-tuned. I don't know her.
That's not me. The fuck? That's not me.
So, anyways, we're going to wrap up, which I'm so sad because I absolutely I'm having a great time because. Obviously, you guys see the podcast. It's also a way for me to connect with my friends, reconnect, talk to them, chill, and have a good time. So I absolutely loved having you both. So I will give you guys over the microphone, the virtual microphone. Anyways, to shout out your social media, and we'll start out with Sara. So you have a few seconds to shout out any social media for people who want to follow you, find you, and collect you.
So do I have to?
Seriously.
So my Instagram is Sara Khalid Carter.
It's Bad Girl Riri. It's my Instagram, I swear.
You know what it is. You know the vibes. Other social media.
None of your business.
To be confirmed.
to be continued.
To be continued.
Ghalia, what about you? Spill. Ghalia is no secret. You can find her anywhere.
I mean, my name is literally my username, Ghalia Dabbour, on Instagram. I don't know what Twitter is, so like I can't confirm or deny anything.
Yeah, Ghalia, should I expose you?
We've never heard of that app. Is that the one with the bird on it? Oh.
Tweet. So their social media, I'll put their Instagram names down in the bio. So let me just, wrap it up and give you guys a little bit of stuff. So for more information and content, please check out SaeedDabbour.com. That is SaeedDabbour.com. So check it. Open it. I paid a lot of money for that. So subscribe and rate the podcast on the platform you are currently listening on. So, and if you want to see all the references or any updates on my episodes and any teasers before the episode is actually out for the next upcoming episodes, please go follow my Instagram. That is Saeed Dabbour. I'm going to say it again, Saeed Dabbour. I don't know if you guys noticed my name. So I wanted to make sure I said it again. But that is basically...
Episode 6, yeah.
Episode 6. So they're like, we don't know what's his name.
Just so you know, this is Saeed, by the way.
So thank you all for tuning in for the one about fandoms. We will go out into the outro. I had an amazing time with my beautiful sister, Ghalia, and my beautiful friend, Sara Khalid. So thank you for listening to the end, and we'll move out to the outro.
Thank you for having us, baby.